This says Mavic Mini. What happened? He stole your filters? Hand them over, Mavic Mini. Before you even think about putting on circular polarized filters or just ND filters in general, you need to understand what they do. I have no filter on the Mini 2 right now, absolutely none. If you look in the bottom right, you'll see it says auto. That means it's auto exposure, and it looks okay. It's automatically exposing everything. Now, if you want the Hollywood look, certain rules apply. What type of rule? 24 frames per second is the Hollywood look. 25 frames is faster, 30 frames is even faster, right? Which will give you smoother video. 30 frames every second, that means it's taking 30 photos every second to make a video. Now that's smooth, but we don't want it too smooth. Why? Because the Hollywood look that everyone is aiming for is not smooth. It's actually jittery, and your eyes, my eyes, are accustomed to this 24 frames a second, so let's leave it at 4K 24. Everything still looks beautiful, right? But here's the problem. You need to go to manual. Why do you need to go to manual? Because at 4K 24 frames a second, your shutter speed should be double that. So double of 24 is 48. Most drones don't have 48. They have 40 or they have 50. That's what your shutter speed should be locked at if you're filming 4K 24. If you just want to shoot at a faster frame rate, let's say 60 FPS, then your shutter speed ideally should be 120, which is double your frame rate, right? But the Hollywood look is 24 FPS, and I want the best image possible, so I'm going 4K 24 FPS, right? You want that Hollywood look in your life? You gotta go 4K 24 FPS. I'm just saying. We're at 4K 24, we're in manual, we've got to set our shutter speed to 150 because, well, that's the Hollywood look, right? But this ain't looking like Hollywood. Hollywood don't look like this. If you look at the bottom right, it says plus 2.7 means you're blown out, right? Now, if you jump to automatic, it looks beautiful. Well, what happened there? What happened there between automatic and manual? What the heck just happened there? Well, all the camera did for you automatically is speed up that shutter. That's all it did. It just sped up the shutter to give you the exposure at 0. But that ain't double your frame rate. That's way past double your frame rate, and as a result, you're losing the Hollywood look. So if you want that Hollywood look in your life, you've got to keep it at 150th. And that's why we need the sunglasses. We need the sunglasses now to help us lock that shutter in at 150th without the image being too bright. I'm gonna go put on these sunglasses here. These are the ND32 because it's a pretty bright day, so I'm going with 32. Let's go put it on. See those little grooves? You slip the clamp right in the little groove there and press it forward. Shebang, that's it. Might not feel like it's perfect, but it holds. A pack of filters come with 4 filters: ND8, ND16, ND32, and ND64. The higher the number, like 64, the darker the filter. The smaller the number, like ND8, the lighter the filter. So you kind of have to either have experience so you can assess how bright it is and you know which filter to use, or you just play around, put on each filter and see which one gets you to the 0 exposure, or at least closer to the 0 exposure. So right now my exposure, that's where it says mm, is at minus 0.3. It's a little dark, but that's okay. I can always change the ISO to 200 and brighten it up if I want, but we'll leave it at 100. Generally, you don't want to bring your ISO above 200 unless you're flying in low light, because it starts to make the image look grainy. So we're gonna leave it here. -3 is fine. I can brighten it up when I'm editing, and yeah, we're good to go with the NDs. These filters are ND, but they also have this little circular adjustment on it that gives it polarization. So what is polarization? Very simple. It cuts glare, it cuts out the light, and cuts out reflections. If you're focused on this vehicle, for example, there's glare on this vehicle. Well, there's a lot of sunlight glare, and you can't really see the person inside of there because, well, of the glare, right? But if you adjust the polarization, you just spin the glass, it'll cut the glare out, and essentially you'll be able to see inside of that glass. I could see the guy in the car clearly. Right, so if you're looking to cut reflections and glare, that's what your circular polarization does. I've set mine to 12 o'clock because I think 12 o'clock cuts the most glare and reflections. So let's get this bird up in the air and let's get polarizing. This is beautiful. Do you want some polarization in your life? Options. I need that polarization in my life. Stand out. Separate yourself. With that being said, guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up, hit the like button, share this video in your favorite Facebook drone group. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I release new Mini 2 videos. With that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you become a Patreon, guys. Big benefits to Patreon. Get direct access to me. Any questions? I'm right here on Patreon. Support this channel and there's benefits. Last Mini 2 went all the way to the UK.